All right. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming. Please help yourself to prayer was anonymously sponsored. A person was commemorating the yahrzeit for his father. Your father's name?
Menachem Mendel
Ben Avram. The Shama Shavli Torah morning this morning should go to his memory. Fascinating. Some people actually fast. Today is Friday, Erev Shabbos, Parshas Chukas. Some people actually fast today. Why do they fast today? According to the Shibboleth Halekhet, which is quoted by the Magen Avram, the reason being, in the year 1244 in Paris, France, 24 wagons of Talmud and Moshim were burned in the public square on this particular day. And this was Erev Shabbos and Shabbos Chukas, so therefore there's a minhag of some people that continue this fast. So the question really is why would the fast be tied to a Friday, Erev the Parsha? It should just be a day, 7th day of Talmud. We know what happened on Tisha B'Av. Why do we tie this in to the Friday of Shabbos Chukas? According to the Shibboleth Halekhet, is they were told in the dream to do so, because the whole Parsha of Chukas is a mystery. We don't understand why people who are contaminated become pure, people pure become contaminated. It's beyond our understanding, and that's why the connection to Parshas Chukas is that also we don't understand how it could be that 24 wagon loads of Talmud could be burnt. What's going on here? This is inexplicable, and that's what we tied into Parshas Chukas, is that, again, this is a mystery which we don't fully comprehend. Even though, in my thinking, there probably is a reason why it was burned. And why it was burned is because Jews hated each other, they informed on each other, there were all kinds of intrigues going on. And this is the real thing that I want to talk about this morning. The Torah says, Vayishma HaKnani Melech Arad, the king of Caanan heard, Vayilachem Yisrael, and did battle with the Jewish people. So what did he hear? So according to the Gemara Rosh Hashanah, he heard about the death of Aaron and the removal of the Ananiah cover. The clouds of glory disappeared. So the question is, why did the death of Aaron cause the Ananiah cover, the clouds of glory, to disappear? And how does that relate to the fact that the Jewish people are now vulnerable to attack? Because obviously the King of Caanan decided that the Jews are vulnerable. What's going on over here? So the Torah explains that Aaron was the glue that held the Jewish people together. He was somebody who loved the Jewish people. He brought them back together. He brought them back to Torah. So if he knew if somebody was doing something wrong, he didn't attack him. He said good morning to him. He says, how you doing? He was very happy to see him. And when the person, when he came to the same situation, wanted to do a sin, he wouldn't do it again. He said, what would Aaron think of me if he saw me doing this again? I'm reminded of the story of our cook. In the Yerushalayim, there was a storekeeper that kept his store open on Shabbos. So he told to his followers, his disciples, do as I do. So they passed, the storekeeper was open on Shabbos, so Shabbos, people figured that Rav Kook is going to scream at him. He walks into the store, or in front of the store, he goes, good Shabbos, and everybody says a warm good Shabbos, and they walk on. And the guy got the message, and next week he closed the store on Shabbos. Because he said, how can I disappoint the chief rabbi? So this is what Aaron was in. Aaron was the glue that held the Jewish people together. And when Aaron died, the Torah says everybody mourned. The men, the women, the children. Unlike Moshe Rabbeinu, unfortunately, when he died, only the men mourned because he was more of a strict disciplinarian. Aaron was somebody who loved people, brought everybody together. So when Aaron died, according to the Torah, Mordechai, what happened was Jews started fighting with each other. He was the glue. He made sure that Jews loved each other. He went to a husband and said, your wife really wants to get back together with you. And he said it to the wife, your husband really wants to get back together. So he brought people together. When he passed on, that frayed. And that's the Ananiah cover went away. And since the Jews were fighting with each other, that's what the King of Caanan heard. He heard that the Jews are fighting with each other. This is an opportunity to attack the Jews. And he says something similar we have when the shepherds of Lot and Yaakov, when they were together, what happened was, there was a quarrel between Avram's shepherd and Lot's shepherds. What happened was, Torah says that Canaanites, the Canaanites were down in the land. What does that have to do with it? But the fact is that as long as they were together, nobody noticed any division. As soon as they started fighting, the Canaanites were back on the scene. And I think that's what happened October 7th. The Hamas saw the Jews are fighting with each other. That's when they find an opportunity. So that's the lesson we learned from Aaron. Aaron was somebody who brought peace, loved his fellow Jews. If we can continue to do it in the spirit of Aaron, then we should be able to bring the Gul of Meher B'Yamein. Have a wonderful Shabbos.